This news update is brought to you by...
From rom-coms to dramatic tearjerkers and hit action movies, video on demand from Flow's got what you need, baby. Spend some we time tonight. Oh yeah. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, February the 4th, 2016, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story, the National Union of Public Workers says it has hard proof that the Francis Stewart administration could afford to pay airport employees the 3.5% increase the union is demanding. The NUPW has also dismissed comments by Minister of Tourism and International Transport Richard Seeley that the 3.5% had been taken off the table during the talks 5 years ago and is therefore warning of an escalation in industrial action if the back pay is not honored. Both sides failed to settle the contentious issue after a 2-hour meeting yesterday, with NUPW General Secretary Robin Smith saying afterwards her delegation had produced evidence to show that the economy grew during the negotiating period.
We were able to produce the evidence to support our letter of the 2011 because provided the budgetary financial statement for 2011, which showed that they had an improvement in growth in Barbados, 2.1%. Page 21, you can check, and you see that we have the evidence. So the notion that the minister said that that letter was null and void, we are saying that his statement is null and void because we have the evidence. So we'll be writing to the management shortly because we are saying that the 3.5% is still on the table.
A day after the High Court ordered former CLICO Executive Chairman Leroy Parris to pay back more than $3.3 million to the company, his legal team has filed a countersuit in the High Court in a bid to have the judgment set aside. Yesterday morning, Vernon Smith QC, who, along with Hal Gollop QC, representing Parris and his private firm, Brandley Consulting Services, lodged an application in the court to have the judgment revoked.
The ground is that everything is improper. And I'll tell you this, and you can publish this if you want to. Now, the whole thing shows that there is a serious conspiracy going on in respect of our clients.
Barbadian mobile phone customers have cut back on data usage and have increased Wi-Fi use since an additional 4.5% was added to the value-added tax on cell phones at the start of the year. Government announced last year it would raise the VAT on cell phone use from the standard 17.5% to 22% effective January the 1st to raise $14 million to fund university scholarships. A check by Barbados Today, 1 month after the increase took effect, revealed that while some customers have taken it on in their stride, many have adjusted their usage habits in order to avoid digging deeper into their pockets. Prime Minister Francis Stewart has made it clear that all races will contend as Barbados marches towards its 50th anniversary of independence. A national firestorm has erupted over criticism by prominent businessman Ralph Busy Williams of a video which was produced and presented at last month's launch of the independence celebrations. Williams said reference in the video to Barbados as the freest black nation on earth left him feeling slighted and crushed, and it was wrong to refer to Barbados as such. However, Prime Minister Francis Stewart told the launch of the 50th anniversary National Monument competition that the various cultures had to combine to help build Barbados into the unique country it had become.
There are many strands to Barbados' culture. There's been the European strand, which dominated thought patterns in Barbados for the better part of this nation's history. That is to be understood because for the better part of our history, the apparatus of force, the apparatus of coercion in this society was dominated by those who ran the the colonial system, and they were Europeans. So even though numerically those of African descent were in the majority, economically and sociologically they were in the minority. That is one of the paradoxes of the colonial experience, that in many cases the numerical majority was also the sociological and economic minority.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only 225, 220. Who? For what? That's the bear stale news. I don't read about that from Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. 220. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Turning now to news from the region, the final report of the Commission of Inquiry into the bomb blast killing of prominent Guyanese historian and political activist Walter Rodney will be handed in to the Guyana President David Granger on Monday. Attorney General Basil Williams announced that the report of the three-member commission, which was chaired by Barbadian Queen's Counsel Sir Richard Cheltenham, will be made public only after it's been reviewed by the President.
You must remember that this is a presidential inquiry. So the report will be handed over to the President, and the President will then have to, of course, read the report and deliberate on the report. And any other measure that will be undertaken, the President would determine that, because it's his inquiry, and he will determine what other steps that he would take in relation to the matter.
In Antigua and Barbuda, opposition member of Parliament Wilmoth Daniel was thrown out of the House of Representatives Tuesday night after he got into a heated exchange with Prime Minister Gaston Brown. It opened the door for discussion on the behavior and conduct of members of Parliament, with even the Attorney General suggesting that amendments to the rules are necessary.
The opposition member was going down a particular road as he opened his contribution to the debate on the budget. Daniel seemed to have been hinting that his life was under threat, but before he got any further, Prime Minister Gaston Brown rose on a point of order, but Daniel refused to yield.
If I am being put out, taken out, there should be some sort of, well, I'll have to, as it were.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker. Point of order. Sit down, man.
No.
Point of order.
You have to state your point of order.
But you allow me to sit down. Let me state my point of order.
Don't talk to me like that.
I am.
If you want, well,
because you're out of order.
Prime Minister Brown suggested he was inputting improper motive. Daniel continued his rant, and the Speaker of the House, Sir Gerald Watt QC, ordered the parliamentarian to leave and not return for the remainder of the sitting.
After 20-odd years in here, that's your problem. But you will abide by the rules as everybody.
Attorney General Stedroy Cutie Benjamin says the disturbing development pointed to the need for an amendment to the rules governing the conduct of MPs in the House.
On the international scene, a judge has ruled that U.S. prosecutors can proceed with sexual assault charges against comedian Bill Cosby. Cosby is accused of drugging and funneling a former Temple University employee in 2004. Yesterday, a judge in Pennsylvania rejected arguments made by his lawyers that a previous ruling in 2005 made him immune from prosecution. Dozens of women have said the actor assaulted them, but the former TV star says the encounters were consensual. And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune into Channel 101 on Floor TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.